Hey, shalom to the two viewers in here, man. We're gonna get started momentarily. I'm just waiting on my brother to hop in real quick. Just bear with us, it'll be a few more minutes. Shalom. My brother should be jumping in, joining us shortly, man. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right. Today's lesson is gonna be on division within our nation. Right. Today's lesson is called "United We Stand, Divided We Fall." Right. And I know a lot of brothers have heard that. That's a popular saying. Right. And it's something that we have to actually take heed to and understand. Hey, man, as a people group, right, when we stand united, hey, that's how we're going to overcome this wicked place, man. That's how we're going to overcome the obstacles that get placed in front of us. That's how we build as a people, right? And that's how we get back on top, man, right? But if we constantly divided and fighting amongst ourselves, we never gonna be nothing, man, right? We never gonna get out of the predicament we're in as a people group, right? One second, this brother lost his. Let me go get his brother a Bible real quick. So yeah, like I was saying, man, right? United we stand, divided we fall. Can y'all hear me okay? Everybody can hear me? So I'm gonna get this first preset. Let me present my screen real fast so y'all can see what's going on. All right. So we're gonna start with Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. Right, and it reads, "And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand." Right. So if you got a kingdom or a nation of people, right, and you got infighting, hey man, it can't stand, man. Right. Hey, that's all you gotta do to bring down the nation, man. Right. Hey, let them fight amongst themselves. And while they in the midst of that and all that confusion, we can overcome these people, man. Right. And that's what we see has been going on for generations, man. Right. Our people have been divided, right? In every sense of the way. Every sense of the term, man, right? We've been divided by invisible lines of where you live, man. We're divided by the tones of our skin, right? We divide ourselves based off of our incomes and who got the most money, right? You dividing yourself in on all types of levels, man, right? Because you from one neighborhood and I'm from another, right? Hey man, how are we gonna come up as a people group if we constantly fighting each other, right? So it said, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right? Let me have my brother in here real quick, y'all. Salakia. Hey, Shalom, Governor.
Khan, Shalom. You can hear me good?
Yeah, Khan, I can hear you.
All right, for sure. And Shalom, family, man. All praise to the Most High. Call all y'all about you, Shai Barakatah or Barakathum, man, to all the Akiyam, Mashapah, right? Mashapaka that's out there, man, teaching his word and working, to become one of the elect. The time is near, man, so we need to be teaching, and
Mm-hmm.
preaching and studying more than ever right now, man. There's new prophecies, man, that's coming out, right? They're not new, but they're old, but people understanding is waking up to it. So
Yeah, my brother dropped out for a minute. He's probably lost service. He'll pop back in, man. But yeah, like he was saying, man, right? Hey, we got all these prophecies coming to pass, man. Right? Hey, this is the times, right? You got signs of these are signs of the times, man. Right? The times that we in, right? Hey, so we gotta be aware. You gotta be paying attention to what's going on. It's more important now than ever that we actually out here teaching our people, man. Right?
kind of with those prophecies that's being enlightening on, we only have a short amount of time, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I mean very short. Like it could be tomorrow, so we need to serve the Lord as hard as we can today. So it could be better tomorrow and have a more suitable, right, salvation. But go ahead, King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just you pretty much bring it out, man. And that's why we gotta stay steadfast and make sure we pulling these lessons out. Cause like my brother was saying, man, hey, like we were saying earlier, hey man, it's the signs of the times, right? And so we see the things going on, man. And with all these things that we see taking place, it's more important now than ever that we are doing the work to wake our people up, doing the work to edify and teach, right? Doing the work to make sure our people doing what they need to do, right? And not only that, but we doing what we need to do, right? Hey, serve the Lord today. Don't wait. Don't keep putting it off, right? Don't put it off till tomorrow, until next week, or you know what I'm saying, next year. Once I get this new job, you know what I mean? Hey, you got to do it now. You got to make that right. Hey, choose this day. Whose
God.
side are you on? Are you on the side of the world? Are you on the side of America and Babylon? Or are you on the side of the Lord, man? Right, but I'm gonna get right back. Let me
And
get
then
back
you
in here again. Right? Oh, go
and
ahead,
then
King.
you
Go
gotta
ahead.
work and then you gotta work towards that too. Like choose your side and then work towards that, man. Right? And when you get a chance, Joshua 13 or Joshua 13 and 24. Yeah, man.
You breaking up, King? Yeah, lost him for a minute. Hey, Tazi, go ahead and salute in real quick, and then we're gonna get back to the lesson.
Con, can you hear me?
Yeah, Khan.
All right, shalom, shalom. Uh, I am a soldier to Zayathan. All right, I will be doing most of the reading today. All praises to the Most High, who's allowed us to, right, to giving us the opportunity to teach, right, give us the opportunity to read for each other and to be that the vessels that He uses, right, to get His word out to the sheep. We hope that we can reach, His people, Yasharahla, and be the vessels to wake them up, right, at these end times. First off, I want to say, Kahala, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, who the world ignorantly knows and calls Jesus, right? But in the Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai.
Man, that's right. Right. So we're gonna get right back to the lesson. Like I was saying, man, this lesson is to help our people understand that we need unity, man. Right. That's what we need in these last days. We need to be united, right? Not only united on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, man. Right. We need to be united in thinking in our mindsets, right? We need to come together and truly love one another, man. Right. Because if we always divided, nothing is gonna come. Nothing good is gonna come from it. Nothing but destruction, right? And I'm gonna read this back from the top again. Hey, can you read? You can see the screen, not Tazi.
I could barely see it, but yeah, I could work with that.
Okay, I can zoom in a little more. Let me see. That's better.
Con.
Okay, come on. Go ahead and read from the top. Mark 3:24.
This is Mark 3 and 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if a nation is divided against itself, hey, that nation not gonna be able to stand, man. Right. We supposed to be you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We supposed to be a nation of holy people, man. We supposed to be separate people, not following after the ways of this world, man. Right. But because we do follow after the customs of this world, it allows them to separate us, man. Right. And now because we're divided in so many different ways, like I was saying earlier, all we do is destroy ourselves. Right. All we do is cause tension and turmoil, and it allows your oppressor to get the upper hand on you because because you're not able to unite, right? And that's a tactic. Y'all ever read it's a book called the 48 Laws of Power or something like that, right? And this book, that's one of the tactics, man, right? Divide and conquer, right? That's how you conquer a people. You got to get them divided first. And then once you got them divided, then you can conquer them. Read on. Verse 25.
Salakia, verse 25, this is Mark 3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
Mm-hmm. So if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And we see that a lot in black and brown homes, man, where the house is divided not just from the children and the parents, but the mother and the father be at odds, right? The wife and the husband be at odds, right? When you got that, that conflict within the household between the people who are between the people who are supposed to be ruling over that household and controlling it, right? But the woman doesn't want to submit. So because the woman fails to submit, now it's causing her to go head to head with her head, right? And what's that doing is it's gonna allow your house to fall, man. Your house is not gonna be able to stand when you got conflict constantly. The water, conflict constantly going on. Go ahead, read on.
And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end.
And that's what
No,
we see going on with America, right? Hey, America is no longer standing together, right? They're starting to be more and more divided. This nation is starting to be more and more divided. It's not going to stand in the end. In the end, they're going to be overcome by their enemies. Read on.
no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, then he will spoil the house.
So that's what I was saying, man. Hey, that's that divide and conquer tactic. They can't get over unless they find some way to get the strong man out of that house, man. They can't ruin the family dynamic we have unless they pull the man out the house. And how do they do that? By getting into the minds of our women. And once they infiltrate the minds of the women, now the women want to be independent and strong. Now the women want to lead the household. Now it causes that conflict within the household, and you done push the man out of the house, right? Hey, now your house is able to be spoiled. Somebody can easily come in there and take what they want, right? Your house is coming to naught.
Con.
You want to add anything on that?
No.
Okay. Give me Exodus. Actually, give me 2 Samuel 2:26. Oh, you know, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen too. Yeah, Khalil, I see what you're talking about. I definitely need a mouse, man. It would have made scrolling through this a lot easier. Oh my, that didn't just happen. Why did it go there? 2:26. Okay, it's on the screen now.
God. This is 2 Samuel 2:26. Then Abner called to Joab and said, shall the sword devour forever? Knowest thou not that it will be bitterness in the latter end? How long shall it be then, ere thou bid the people return from following their brethren?
Right. Hey, shall the sword devour forever? Hey, let me get this in another translation, right? Because it's cold in the let me get that in the CEV. 2 Samuel. Yeah, in the CEV right there. Right. He says, it says, Abner shouted to Joab, aren't we ever going to stop killing each other? Don't you know that the longer we keep on doing this, the worse it's going to be when it's all over? When are you going to order your men to stop chasing their own relatives? And that's what we see going on. That's what goes on in the streets, right? We kill our own people. Brothers killing brothers, cousins killing cousins, killing the people who look just like you. Hey, when is this going to stop? How much protesting got to be done? How much marching got to be done till it get through your head? How many times brothers got to keep hitting these streets trying to tell y'all, hey, love your people, man. And it's not getting through, right? That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to get through to brothers to let them understand. Hey, when the more we keep dividing ourselves, when are we going to stop being divided? When are we going to start being united on a united front? And it all starts at home, right? It all starts at home. You teach your kids. I remember when I was in the world, man. Right? I was in the world, and my babies was little. They were still little babies, man. And I was in the world doing wickedness, and I had my babies mimicking the wickedness I would be doing, right? Twisting up their fingers, all type of wickedness, man. And they see the things that I'm doing and they mimicking it. And I'm thinking it's funny. I'm in the world. You know what I'm saying? But when you get out of that mindset and then you start to get some wisdom and understanding, you like, man, what the hell was I doing? You gotta wake up, right? We gotta wake up as a people, and we gotta know that it starts at home, right? I gotta train myself to do better. Then I have to train my children to do better. And I have to go and teach my people to do better, which is why we hit these streets week in and week out. Let me get this real quick. Proverbs 22:6. Classic. Go ahead, read that, Tazitan.
This is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Train up a child. Hey, teach your kids while they're young what they should and shouldn't be doing, right from wrong, instill them with some type of morals and a foundation of a good belief system. And when they're older, they're not going to leave it. They're going to remember everything that was taught, everything you drilled into them. It's like going to football practice every day, man. You go to football practice, they got to run drills, drill after drill after drill. So when you get in the game, you know what to do, right? Hey, you drilling that in your kids' heads. So when they finally get into the real world, they know what to do. They know how to conduct themselves as an Israelite man, right? Or an Israelite woman. Not following after the ways of these other people just because it looked good. Yeah. Hey, y'all feel free to chime in at any time.
Oh, Khan, and to that point that you was making, you can hear me good?
Con.
Khan, to that point you was making about, like repetition, right? There was this wise dude, right, a fighter. He said, "I'm not scared. People not scared of a guy that could do 10,000 kicks. They scared of a guy that could do that have done one kick 10,000 times, right? So, like you was going into, man, when we raising these children, man, it's like teaching them the same thing 500 times, right? It's gonna be like a reflex, for them to do it or not do it, whatever that it is, and if you could, man, give me a Proverbs 13 and verse number 1 real quick, and I yield.
Before I grab that, let me put this on the screen for the viewers who wanted to see it in the CEV. I seen a brother in the chat say if I could put it on the screen for them to see. So let me show them that. I'm gonna grab your precept right now too. You said Proverbs what? Share screen. Can I share more than one? Let me share this real quick. Yeah, this for you right here who wanted to see it in the CEV, right? So this is that 2 Samuel 2:26, right, in the CEV, right? So you could type it in on your Google or whatever you need to type it in on, or screenshot it, do whatever you gotta do. Yeah, pull this up so you can see it. All right, we're gonna get right back to the blue letter. What'd you want in Proverbs, Captain?
13 and 1.
Con.
Going in on training up a kid in the way that they should go. Right, quick. And to be honest, that stays on the topic because it's like, what it is making your children steadfast, unmovable, abounding in the faith of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, who the world calls Christ. Because at the end of the day, when they get raised up, they always going to have in their mind, and it's not going to be like this worldly thing. What they say, they say like it's an acronym. What would Jesus do? Like W, whatever the hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would, and they're gonna be like, how will Yahushua handle this? How did Yahushua teach me to handle this? You know, from the way that we raise them up, it'll make them steadfast, unmovable, abounding in the faith of our Lord.
Mm-hmm. That's right. This is Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, "A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a
But they
school."
also they also
Sorry,
have to be willing. They also have to be willing to hear the commandments of the father and the mother. Right? But go ahead.
but a scorner heareth not rebuke.
Uh-huh. A child, right? A child that always got something to say back, right? They hear not rebuke because they're so defensive. They're not able to process the wisdom that they're getting from their father or their mother, right? So and that's when you got to get a butt whooping, and then that butt whooping is to humble that child, right? Not just because you like beating on your children. It's to humble that child so they can listen to you next time, so they could develop the knowledge, understanding to apply the wisdom, right? Wisdom is knowledge applied, right? So when you whip them, all you whooping them for is for them to listen without you whooping them the next time, right? So, but yeah, a wise son, man, heareth his father's instructions. I just wanted to bring that out on the topic you were just talking about.
Con. Yeah, man. And you got to be able to be taught. Even us right now as grown men, right? We got to be able to be taught. We got to be able to hear that instruction. We got to be able to take correction, take rebuke, and accept it. I can't get defensive. If I'm defensive all the time, I'm not gonna never learn anything. So I have to be able to accept these things when my brother try to correct me on something, or he trying to show me something. Right? A stranger might be trying to show me something. He might have some type of understanding on something I don't know. I got to be able to accept that correction, accept that conductive criticism. Let me get this. Clean. I spelled that right. Ecclesiastes.
Click it and try it.
Get
just
close.
put e, just put e, just put ECC. It'll go.
Yeah, come on, I'm gonna do that right now if it don't go through. Yeah, it didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, con. Right. Because I was saying, man, we see all the division, right? But this is nothing new. Being divided is nothing new. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. It's nothing new. All these things that have been done, all this division we see in our communities, it's all been done before. Why do you think they know that that's a tactic? How do you think these people know how to get over on their enemies? And we know we got to divide them before we can conquer them, because it's not something new. It's been around. It's been around for generations and generations and decades and ages, man. And because it's been around so long, they're able to understand that this is a good tactic in order to overcome anybody you want to overcome. You have to get in, somehow cause division amongst them, and then we can overcome them. It's nothing new. Nothing new is going on. And people killing the prophets back then, they still killing the prophets today. everything that you see is just a cycle. We need to break that cycle. We need to start loving each other again. Go back to that part of the cycle, because that's not new either, right? The Lord commanded us to love one another. The Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to conduct how to conduct ourselves and live our daily lives. So why do we not do that? Why do we obey everything your oppressor tells you to do, but you can't do that? You can't do what your creator told you to do. Let me get this.
Hey, Shalom, Mark. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna get off of here.
All right, come on, Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Shalom, Malak.
Shalom.
Right, I got a couple more precepts we're gonna get in on real quick. It's Exodus 23 and 2, right? Read that for me out, Baruch Shah.
Con. Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
So the main part is don't follow a multitude to do evil. Stop following after these other nations just because the things that they do look fun to you. It's nice. It's cool to get together and celebrate the destruction of your own people. It's fun. It's good for the kids. So I'm gonna follow everybody else does it. So hey, you ever had your mama tell you if you be like, oh, my friends is doing it, or if your friends was jumping off a damn bridge, is you gonna jump off the bridge with them? How many people ever had their parents tell them that, or something similar to that?
Con.
So so don't follow after the crowd. Don't be a follower to go and do evil and wicked deeds, right? Be that leader. Be the one who, hey, brother, I'm not with that. I'm separate. I'm a holy people. And you are too, and you need to step away from that. Let me get this in Jeremiah. I go right into what Jeremiah was saying too, right? People always want to show out. Jeremiah, yeah, too. Want to show out just to get the approval of the crowd. I'm gonna do what everybody else is doing so I could be approved. Well, everybody else smoke weed, so I gotta smoke weed too, so I could be approved. I wasn't going to 33. Let's start at 30 real quick. Read verse 30 for me.
Jeremiah 2 and 30. In vain have I smitten your children. They receive no correction. Your own sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion.
Right, and the Lord punishes us, and we still don't want to receive that correction. We still doing whatever we want to do. Right? He says your own sword devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. You out here killing your own prophets. The people who would have been something, who would have told you and had you moving in the right ways, y'all have shot them down the streets over gangbanging, over a block that they coming from, over because because y'all sleeping with each other's women, man. All these wicked deeds, and all it does is coming back to you, right? The judgment of the Lord is coming upon you, and you still don't want to receive that correction. All right, go to you could jump to verse 33 now. That was what I really wanted to grab. I just seen 30 in there.
Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
And that's why I was saying, why you do everything to show out. Why are you trimming your way to seek the love, the approval of everybody else? How many brothers have we been on the street and they be like, yeah, I know I'm a Jew. Like, hey brother, you a real Jew. Yeah, I know. Okay, you know, but what are you doing about it? You still living the same way. You know you a Jew, and yet you still out here smoking weed. You still out here gangbanging. You still doing everything you used to do. You ain't made a single change because you still seek the approval of the masses. Hey, what are my homies gonna say if I stop doing this? What are my homies gonna say if I don't be coming to the block no more? They're gonna be talking. I don't want to be talked about. Right? You trimming your ways to seek the love of others when you should be seeking the love of the Most High God, and He's gonna bestow everything else upon you that you need.
Time.
You're going to see real unity. You're going to see real brotherhood. You're going to see real love, right? Not that love that you're getting in the streets. When brothers don't want to put nothing on your books, you get locked up, brothers forget all about you, man. Like the brother who was saying, I think we was talking about it yesterday, brother, like, hey, man, you get locked up, you're not getting no money on your books, you ain't getting a single phone call, and brothers laying with your women, man. The same people who you say is your friends, right? Same people that you consider to be from your hood. But if we united in this truth, we have a standard to live by, right? We have rules and regulations that we live by. But our people love wickedness. That's that, let me get that John real quick. Oh, Salakia, I'm typing in the wrong thing. And that's Jeremiah 4:22. I should have just went there first. Oh well. This is John 3:19. It says, and this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Verse 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. See that? So lucky. Right. So men love darkness rather than light, because the things that they do are wicked. They love the wicked. They love the way that they live their lives. They love the wickedness. They love going out every weekend, hitting the club and lusting after women. They love smoking weed until they dumb in the brain, till they can't function. They love drinking until they black out and can't remember what happened the next day. They love going out and lurking other brothers' blocks, trying to just pack one out, man. You going over there, you look, hey man, okay, we caught him lacking. Jump out on him. You know what I'm saying? They love all this, and that gets them going. They love wickedness, so they love it more than the light. So they gonna stay away from the light. How many times we be outside, hey brother, you love God? Hey brother, you believe in God in the Bible? Yeah. Come talk to me 2 minutes. I ain't got time right now. Why you ain't got time? Because if you come over here and talk to us, you're gonna get reproved. Because really you living in darkness. You don't want that edification. You don't want that to make that change for you or for your people. You don't love your people the way you say you do. You love your people in word and with your mouth, but you don't love your people in action. So they gotta avoid the light. And that's what we out here, man. We are the light. We the light for our people. We the light to try to get our people out of that darkness so they can see, man, hey, these brothers is really united. These brothers have some decorum. These brothers is militant. And they see these things, and that's gonna be that light. Okay, we know where to go to get this word. I know where to go to get some wisdom and understanding. This brother must know something. But because y'all love wickedness so much, our people love wickedness so much, they avoid us. So much to certain points, man, they'll cross the whole other side of the street just to not come walk in front of us. Because they're trying to avoid a discussion so bad. This brother said, sometime lights. Right? He said, Proverbs 1:10, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Exactly. That go right back into that law, right? Don't follow after a crowd to do evil. If sinners entice you, don't consent to it. Hey, they might make it look, hey, brother, you come over here with me. You come do this. You're going to come out with like 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? All we gotta do is we just gotta finesse old boy over here. Hey, that's, oh man, 10 bands. Hey, don't let that get to your head. Don't let that entice you. Don't consent to that. No, brother, you wicked. Why are you trying to get over on your people for it? Call that out, right? Open rebuke is better than secret love. Go to Jeremiah real quick. Go ahead. I got your favorite preset. Bring that out. Tazi, you can read that?
Kind. Salakia, I started reading, my mic was off.
No, you
Jeremiah
good.
4:22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are
Mm-hmm.
wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Mm-hmm. You want to expound on it?
Man, pretty much, right? It says, "For my people is foolish that have not known me." Right? Our people are stupid. They are sottish, right? They lack that the wisdom. They lack the milk, the fundamentals of the word, right? We have that. If you go into another scripture, says we have that zeal without the knowledge, right? And we need the fundamentals, the milk, the Torah, and that's why it's important, right? We don't know Him. Our people are stupid, right? But they're wise to do evil. They're wise when it comes to a street lifestyle, right? They wise to, hey, I could tell you how much this shit weigh by eyeing it. I can eyeball work, right? They wise to do evil, right? They could tell you all the ways to finesse somebody. Right, I could tell you all the ways to finesse, even finesse a woman. Right, I could tell you all the ways to finesse my brother. Right, we could tell you all the ways to sell them some shit. I could sell salt to a snail. Right, what does that saying mean? Right, salt is destructive to snails. Right, so when you really think about it, it goes into how I can sell something that I'm so good, I'm so slick. Nigga, I can sell you something that'll destroy you, nigga, and you'll be happy to buy it. You won't be good, right? We wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, right? And that's where those fundamentals of the word come in, right? The milk, right? They have no knowledge, and they need to learn those basic necessities, or they won't understand shit, and we not gonna make it. Go ahead.
Con, right? That's no understanding of doing good. Don't know how to come together as a people, except when it's to do wickedness, like it was saying. We come together for all the wrong reasons. You come together for a hood day. You come together to like I said, you trying to find one of your ops. Now y'all riding in a car 5 deep. You come together to gather on 420 and smoke as much weed as you can. We come together in wickedness. How much more so if we was to do it in righteousness? How much more so would our communities better be, Salakia? How much better off would our communities be if we came together in unity and sincerity rather than in wickedness? You think you're doing something by get you got a couple hundred people from your hood, man. That ain't doing nothing. These nations got millions of people in their military, hundreds of thousands. You ain't nowhere on their level. We ain't never gonna be on that level until we start coming back as a people and start actually being united. Right? We gotta be on a united front. And out here 10 toes down for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Let me get this real quick.
God, we gotta be elect or die trying.
That's right. Read this one right here out and then expound on it. Bakusha.
Isaiah 30:1.
Yeah, 31.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right? What does rebellious mean? Right? Woe unto them they go against. Right? They're going against what is right. And this is Yahweh, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. Right? Because we seek everything else. Right? When you see our people, we'll put our trust in the crystals, an inanimate object, a stone, a rock. Right? These things that come up out of the ground. Right, we put our trust in that before we put our trust in the Most High, who gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to our forefathers. Right, and then they'll put a covering over themselves. Right, they're praying to these false gods, these idols. They think that's their protection. Right, they'll sit and meditate for hours with a bowl of incense in a split position. Right, so they could get some form of covering from who they think is an ancestor that they're meditating to. Right, but they won't go to the Most High. These false coverings aren't going to protect you, right? But not of my spirit, so not of the spirit of Yahweh, that they may add sin on top of sin, is what he's saying. So when we do that, right, we place all these idols and these false gods and these things in our life that we think are going to protect us, right? All we're doing is placing more and more idols on top of not the idolatry and on top of the false gods. We're adding transgression upon transgression. God, you want me to keep
Con.
going with 30?
If you see more on that, I'm trying to find this video real quick so I can show
And that's
so I
the
can
same thing
show
that
them.
we've done right in the past. That's why verse 2 says they walked to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Right? We still do that, and specifically with Egypt. Right? We get all into Egyptology. We think, oh well, those were our people, and look, they're dark skinned. We're dark skinned. Right? We should be following the mystery systems. Right? Amen Ra and Hotep brother, and we should be doing all these things because look how they built the pyramids, and that we
Where that
still
go?
don't fully understand that. So they must have been gifted, right? You start getting all into it, and before you know it, you're lost in a whole other world of gods and mysticism and magic and smoke and mirrors, pretty much, right? Fooled by it, right? Instead of calling on the name of the Most High, Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. Right. I got this video right here. I just want to get to this little clip on it.
What's it on? It's on YouTube.
I seen a little clip of this. That's like Yeah, I seen a little clip of this video earlier on Instagram, man, and it really hit home because it's like you you mimic you mimic things without realizing you mimicking your oppressor, right? You out here gang banging, you out here divided and thinking that you united because y'all from the same hood, so you united with them brothers, man. Hey, but on a deeper level, man, where you get that from? Who who goes around and tries to kill other people for their properties, man, or for because they from another land and I want that. I want what you got going on over there. Hey, man, you're not supposed to be over here selling nothing. This is my block. Hey, man, we need our cut of that money, right? Hey, who does that, man? Hey, that's America. They go around killing, rape, robbing, murdering people for their land, for they for the natural resources, and for the territory, man. Let me get this real quick. I'm trying to find exactly. Oh, let me share this too. My bad. Let me share my screen.
And I'm gonna say fair use. All right, we're gonna share in this video to share our thoughts and our opinions. All right, so fair use.
Fair use. Let's see. He asked one of these audience members. Or one of these audience members asked him a question. Okay, it's gonna be like right here somewhere. Oh, right here. Boom. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Muhammad, can you please tell me why it's blacks who are killing hundreds of thousands of blacks in Rwanda and other places? And can you please tell me why from Haiti, blacks from Haiti are just risking their lives to come here to the United States of America?
I'll tell you if I get a chance. Black people have been robbed, as I said earlier, of a knowledge of self. And when you rob people, sir, of a knowledge of self, then it means that they start to take on the characteristics and the nature of their oppressor and their colonizer. And mind by automatic, systematic, remote control rules in our people. He gives them the guns and the weapons and the drugs and the alcohol. The way you did our brothers, the red man and red woman, brothers and sisters, the way you did our Latino brothers and sisters, and then you pit one against the other and then say, look at what these people are doing.
Hey, notice he said not only did they go infiltrate, put all these things into the community, right? Give us the weapons, give us the drugs, and then they say, look at what these people were doing. But he said they pitted them against each other. That division, that divide, right? And we're gonna divide these people, and then we're gonna make them look like savages, and we're gonna conquer them, and we're gonna stay oppressing these people for decades to come. That's how they think, and they don't even care if their own people fall victim to it. That's how wicked.
So like, yeah, then they ask these questions, right? They had audacity, right? The audacity of Esau, right? To say, why are you guys in there killing yourselves? After all of the, right? After giving our people all the resources, right, are in stripping them of the resources to thrive, but giving them the resources to destroy themselves. And then gonna say, why are you destroying? Why do you guys kill yourselves? Why are you kill? Why is it? But what about black on black violence, right? And that brings up Psalm 73:8, right? They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, right? And that's all they do, because he fully understands why black on black violence exists, why brown on black violence, why brown on brown violence, so-called Hispanics killing so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans killing so-called Native Americans, right? Besides the fact that the whole idea of that is redundant, because if you look at statistics, right, who kills white people the most, right? White people, right? Because crime usually happens in the vicinity in which people live, right? So you have a community, you're going to find the crime within that community from the people that live within that community, right? It just so happens that we were also redlined to specific communities, stripped of opportunity, right? So now when you have desperate people who are stuck in these ghettos, right? Then you have all the other parts of systemic oppression and racism that force them into these desperate situations. Yeah, we become victims to each other, right? And that's some of the curses. But the wicked understand that, and they understand oppression, but they speak loftily concerning it, right? Let me finish that. And speak wickedly concerning oppression, they speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, right? And their tongue walketh through the earth, right? So they bear witness everywhere against us, everywhere in the land. That's why you could go to another country and they already have a preconceived notion of you or of your people, right? Because our enemy has already, his tongue is all over the earth like a whore, right? Like a prostitute. He prostitutes himself everywhere on this planet, right? But he speaks wickedly and loftily concerning the oppression of the real Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I yield.
Right. I'm gonna just share this tab one more time so these brothers can see, right, redlining what it is and how it affected black and brown communities, right? Black and brown people. So for those who don't know what redlining is, like my brother kind of went into it, this brother right here. And again, like
No offense, but if you still think stocks, real estate, or crypto are the best,
like it's saying fair use, this is our thoughts and comments on this video. All right.
trend.
Can I skip this? Yeah, let me skip that. Slovakia, my computer.
In every way imaginable, the consequences of redlining to many Black and brown communities across America meant that those communities had the least and the last of everything. So I want to talk about redlining.
So notice he already started off, man. The black and brown communities in the areas where we were redlined, you got the least and the last of everything, right? You got whatever was left over of the resources. Here's the educational budget. You get the leftovers. Here's the medical budget. You get in the leftovers. The last of it, the least.
Because this is a term you may have heard, but most people don't actually know the history. In 1933, in the midst of America's Great Depression, when unemployment rates were 25% and millions of people were not only out of work, but many of them were houseless, the federal government, under President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, established an agency called the Home Owners Loan Corporation. Basically, it tried to make home buying much more affordable by subsidizing the cost of building and lending such that people would be able to afford to buy for the first time. Millions of Americans participated, except that when the Homeowners Loan Corporation began to issue mortgages, it came up with a scheme to decide which communities were deserving of loans and which ones weren't. They made maps and used a color-coded scheme. Green meant this was a community that you could lend to, and red meant you could not. The basic decision they made was to determine that any community with the presence of Black people or brown people or people who perhaps spoke Italian in certain parts of the country could not receive support from the Homeowners Loan Corporation. This created a system that came to be known as redlining, because communities that were deemed risky by the mere presence.
Right. So it was risk. These communities were deemed risky. And these are communities that our people were pushed into, right? We was pushed into living in these areas. This is the low poverty, the ghettos, the projects, right? These type of communities are the communities that Black and brown people were pushed into. And now when they go to look at home loans, like you said, they got a whole map. Oh yeah, they within the red zone. We're not giving them no home loan. Okay, these white people over here in the green zone, they good. We can get them a loan.
People of color, most especially Black people, were disqualified from getting direct support from the federal government to purchase homes. This policy lasted until 1968, when the federal government passed the Fair Housing Act, which...
Until 1968. How much generational wealth was able to be accrued because of this for the European families? How much generational wealth was stolen from Black and brown people because they were not able to get any home loans? And this went on until 1968. That's 50 years ago. About 50 years ago. But people going around, we're not oppressed. I'm not oppressed. I'm free. Not having no type of understanding of history, no type of understanding of what goes on in the world, no type of understanding of the things that have went on within our communities and what this government has done in order to profit off of the backs of Black and brown people.
Which made all forms of discrimination in the buying and selling or renting of homes illegal. But the truth is that the legacies of redlining from that moment to the present meant that Black people were subjected to other forms of exploitative lending. A system called contract buying grew up as a way to sell Black people homes on a layaway plan. You made set payments over an extended period of time, but you never owned the home until the very last payment. It was very common for unscrupulous sellers to withhold that final payment in an effort to take back the home from a person who had worked incredibly hard to buy it. Home ownership has been...
Hey, they're doing everything in their power to gain off of you, and then just to undermine you, right? Hey, let me get that. Hold on, man. Let me get this real quick in the blue letter, man. I'll get that Isaiah 42, right? Share this screen instead. What's it? 42 and 22. There we go. This Brother Truth is here. Says Taziathon, you explained that very well. He said he never really see us on these lives, but the way we explain things, he definitely gonna be tuning in. All praise to the Most High, man. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yashah. We appreciate you tuning in, King.
Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All praises to the Most High, and He allowed us to expand upon it like that.
All right, this is Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled." Spoiled is not a good thing. It's not like, oh, your daughter, she's spoiled, she get everything she want. No, man, spoiled is like you leave food out for 2 weeks and it gets spoiled. It goes bad, right? Hey, this is a people that's robbed. We're robbed of our identities. We're robbed of the things we deserve for building this nation up into what it is today. We're robbed of our tongues, right? As in our language, our original language. We're robbed of our culture. We're a people robbed and spoiled. They're all of them snared in holes and hid in prison houses. We make up the prison system. We make up less than 20% of the population, yet we fill up the prison systems, man. They are for a prey and none saith deliver, for a spoil and none saith restore. We're a prey, man. These brothers prey on us. Like the brother in the video was saying, we get these loans. If we was able to get one of these loans, we get the loan, and when it comes to the very last payment, they trying to hold off on it. So, man, hopefully this brother lose his job. He can't make this last payment. I'll take that house back from him. They doing everything they can to get all the money out of our pockets. Our bank accounts, we live in paycheck to paycheck, and we're the ones got most of the spending power because we're the ones putting our dollars into their system. Go back to this. We're for a prey, man. They prey on us. Without us, who do the smoke shops target? Who do the liquor stores target? You can find a liquor store in damn near every hood and ghetto you go to. Damn near every corner you stop at, it's gonna be a liquor store. It's gonna be a smoke shop.
Owned by the stranger, right? To sell our people poison. All the tobacco and pipes and shit that you could use to destroy your body.
Right, go into one of these smoke shops owned by Arab men, right? Ishmaelite, one of these Arabs from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, something like that. Ask one of them and be like, "Hey, do you sell these tobacco products to your own people?" They're gonna tell you no, because it's not considered halal. They don't sell these products to their own people, but they'll sell it to our people to make a profit. Oh, Salaki, I started playing the video again. I forgot to start sharing it.
Things like borrow money to send a child to college. But most importantly, they have financial freedom. but for communities that had been subjected to redlining, they didn't have those advantages. Not only that, the very communities that they lived in suffered from divestment, including the lack of grocery stores, the lack of businesses, the imposition of federal highways that often bisected their communities.
Lack of grocery stores and lack of businesses. But like we said, like I just said, hey, the liquor store is going to be booming. Mm-hmm. I remember I was in Baltimore back when in like 2008. I went to Baltimore. It's a neighborhood. It's a housing neighborhood. All houses. Ain't no grocery stores, nothing nearby. But it's for sure a liquor store in the corner. I could walk to the liquor store. It's walking distance. And they selling fried chicken out the liquor store and tobacco products and liquor and all type of other stuff. Mm-hmm. And there is no shortage of the poison, but we're not going to find the things that's good for us.
Way imaginable, the consequences of redlining to many Black and brown communities across America meant that those communities had the least and the last of everything. And to this day, the median wages and income of those communities and the financial insecurity.
Look at that, man. This is the median wage. This is the wealth gap right here. This is the average white family. Hey, at the very least, they're making over 100,000. At the peak, they're making over 200K. The average is right here in about the 150,000 range. The average white family. Let's look at the average black family from 1989. This is from 1989 to 2019. They've been in the same range damn near the whole time. They've been up over 100,000 the whole time. Barely dipped below 150, and then after that, they've been above 150K the whole time. All these years, right? Average black family been below 50K. All the way from 1989 to damn near 2020. And it's the same thing today.
Not much has changed.
Not much has changed. Look at that wealth gap. We averaging $30,000 to $40,000 a year. They're averaging $175,000 a year. And yet we're spending all of our money on dumb shit. You going and buying designer products. You spending hundreds of dollars to look good. Spending hundreds of dollars a month on your car note. But we're not making no type of leeway in order to build as a community. We're not coming together to start businesses. We're not coming together. Hey, let's come together and we're gonna do this and we're gonna get out of the predicament we in, not only as me and my family, but we're gonna do it for the whole community. We're trying to get all our people up.
And that's why
go ahead.
Salakia. And that's why we bring it back to the Torah, right? Every single time we will come right back to the Torah, because that's the only way that we're gonna be. Would you build a home on top of sand, right? Would you build a home on top of a weak foundation, right? No. When you build a home, you dig a hole, you lay the rebar, you put in some foundation, some beams, right, at the corners of your home, right? You pour the concrete, you mix the concrete, you pour it, you add some more rebar, right? You build a strong foundation. That's what the Torah is, right? So here we have this understanding that this wicked nation has to perish, right? So we're not saying build up riches here on this earth, right? But you have to build with the foundation of the Bible, of the Torah. Right, so you can have that understanding so that we can come together as a people and we can escape out of Babylon. Right, this nation is going to be destroyed. We can be redeemed and we can leave here, right, with the name of our God, right, not only in our hearts but in our coming from our mouths, right, as we share it, because they'll know who we are, right. But we can't do that until we build a strong foundation. You'll go ahead, King. Brought that
out.
We look at the stranger, right? And it goes back into Deuteronomy, 28 and 43. And we see why the racial wealth gap is so high. Why you can have East Indians, right? The Elamite come down here and man, and they'll buy a store, all right, and they'll start creating generational wealth instantly, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
they'll have they'll buy a big home and they'll rent it out, and now you're renting. Your landlord is this stranger that just moved to the United States, right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, right? And thou
Mm-hmm.
shalt come down very low, right? And not only does that go into usury, but that I mean how they treat us, right? The high interest rate loans when they do give us loans, right? And like my brother was saying, you can't. There's not many grocery stores in the hood, right? But there's for sure a liquor store, right, where you could go and they tax you like crazy. You go and get you some milk from the liquor store, right? Tax like crazy, right? You could go get you some bread from the liquor store, tax like crazy, right? And they'll sell you the poison with it too. Right, but that's what the stranger is doing. He came up high above us, and we have become very low.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Play this video back one more time. Oh, this brother said, let me share this. My computer is so damn slow.
You good? That's the computer giving us opportunity to share this.
Right. This brother said, we rather
This meat.
spend on these other nations than ourselves. Hey, man, that's facts. We rather spend to help everybody else get their. How many times we got black-owned businesses, Hispanic-owned businesses, Hispanics on the corner selling they food, selling flowers. Yet you rather go and spend with a big business, or you go and spend with a heathen and put the money in their pocket because, well, their business has been around longer. They charge a little bit less, rather than, okay, well, my brother charges a little bit more, but I understand he's still building up from the ground. This is he needs that in order to get going. Let me help. Let me invest in his business. I'm gonna show some love and some support, right?
And that's another thing too, because we don't think highly of ourselves, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for us to think highly of our brother when we don't think of ourselves in a high position, right? We place the value on the clothes. And so we don't have any inward value in ourselves. We like, damn, man, if I don't got a fresh fit on, like I ain't got those new Amari jeans, man, I just don't feel right. Like I don't look good. Man, damn, I'm a bum if I just got some regular 501s on, man. I need the
Man,
Amaris. I need that new Supreme drip. I need that, I need that Louis V. I need all of that, man. Or I'm nobody. Who am I if I ain't fly? That's because they don't understand the word too, right? Because you look in Psalms 82 and 6, it says, I have said ye are gods, right? And all of you are children of the Most High, right? If we understood that, right, what the Most High is telling us, or Yahweh is telling us, we would understand that the value isn't what you put on yourself, right? It's not in what you put on yourself. We were already made valuable when we were born under the seed of Jacob, and our forefathers submitted to the will of Yahweh. That's the true value, right? Not
mm-hmm.
the things that, not the clothes that perish, right? That's made out of polyester and cotton blends anyway. If these companies that they look for will sell you a shirt, right? 50% polyester, 10% Ecra, or it's like recycled plastic, and 20% cotton, and you'll think that you got drip. And the shit is made for like 5 cents. That's why they mix all those
Yeah,
fabrics together, because the shirt is made out of BS, right? You throw that in your backyard for a week out in the sun, the shirt damn near dissolve, right? But we don't understand it. We place so much value in what the heathen does, man. Honestly, and they are going to Psalms 83:17. It says, "Let them be confounded and troubled forever," right? We're gonna keep on telling them who they are. You are gods, right? Don't place the value on what you put on you, but what's in you. But sometimes you gotta let them be confounded, right? That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth, right?
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta let them be confounded, but man, it's not the clothes that you put on you, man. We already
It's
got
like
that
if you
value.
get this preset.
Come on, bring it out, all right?
It's Proverbs 16:16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver, right? Hey, how much hey, that should be what you hold in high value, right? Wisdom is much better than gold. Understanding is better than to be chosen than silver. When I understand that I'm chosen, I understand I'm an Israelite, I understand that I'm separate, and I got the wisdom to be able to put my understanding into action to truly separate myself for the Lord, man. That's what you should hold valuable. This monetary system, the things you put on, all that stuff eventually it deteriorates, it loses its value. How many pairs of shoes have you been through until you finally toss them things out? Right? How many pairs of drawers you gotta buy every now and then? You gotta go buy another pack, man. Because they don't stand the test of time. But wisdom will never be destroyed. Understanding will always be around. It will be with the wise men of the world, which is what you should be seeking to be, wise men and women. Right? Let me go to this, man. You know I gotta bring out the classic, right? 7. It's Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So people, we're oppressed, man. We still oppressed to this day. And when you wake up to it and you understand it, you get upset. But people are so content with the life they live in. They so content with the ways of the world. Their minds is so just formed and shaped and molded into this being what the world needs them to be, just obedient worker ants, that they don't even care that they being oppressed. They don't understand that they're being oppressed. But once you got some type of wisdom and you understand that you're oppressed, then you're going to start to get mad, man. It should upset you to see the things your people go through. It should upset you to see that just looking at the damn wage gap, man. Why are we making less than 50,000 as a group, right? This is not to say there's not some people who do good. There's not some of us who get up and hit that 100K a year mark eventually. But as a whole, as a people group, hey, who cares? It's not all about you, right? It's not all about me. It's not all about the next brother, man. It's about all of us as a whole. We are, hey, man, my brother is me and I am my brother. We are one. I should be worried about all my people, how to get my people out of so that way we can all be on a good level. And that's love, man. Right? Hey, but once you understand you oppressed, you should be upset. You want to expound on anything else? You got when you pull a precept, or we get back to the video?
No, let's continue with the video.
That people who live in redline communities face has long-term health consequences for families, has educational consequences for young people whose schools often don't have the tax basis to give them the same resources that communities that were never redlined actually have.
That's it, man. That's exactly what I said at the beginning of the video, man. You get the last, you get the leftovers. You don't get the same resources. You don't got the same funding for your schools, for your hospitals, right? Your children not getting the same education than white kids across town getting, man.
Con, right? And I mean, and that all of that, you could watch that video and pretty much, right, go through Deuteronomy 28 and see how it parallels, right? With redlining, right?
Man,
Without parallels, man.
I got one more precept, and then we could close out unless you got something, man.
Con, I'm gonna bring out one precept to myself real quick.
Let me grab yours first.
Yeah. Right. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And
Hold on, let me
among
put it on
these
the screen.
nations,
Hold on, let
and
me put it on
among
the
these,
screen.
okay, Con.
Represent. Okay, you said 28 and 65?
65, Con.
Ooh, that was a good one right there. That was a good precept to pull.
Con. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, right? These nations in which we were scattered, right? So, for example, here in America, you won't find any ease, right? And like the video was saying concerning redlining, right? They lacked the resources. The schools didn't have the right funding, right? The neighborhoods didn't have grocery stores, right, for proper nutrition. Right, we have seen how studies show that lack of nutrition in children can lead to certain learning defects. And it's like even with all these things that stacked up against us, man, we still fight these odds and fight to beat these statistics, but we will find no ease. It's not going to be easy for us. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Right. We most of us blacks, Mexicans, so-called blacks, so-called Mexicans, so-called Native Americans, we don't have rest. You have to fight. You have to continue to battle it every day. Right. Oh, I'm like, we probably heard this. I know I heard it growing up. Man, you have it hard. You don't have it easy. You have to do better than everybody else. Right.
Hey,
And even at your
Slacky, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'll say it's an uphill fight, man. Right?
Con,
Hey, just if you just from looking at the wage gap, you can see the uphill fight, man. You
con,
starting down here, they starting up here. That means you gotta try to climb to even get to halfway of where they at. It's gonna be a struggle. You know
con.
what I mean?
So yeah, growing up, I know you guys have heard it because I know I've heard it, right? It's a saying in black and brown households, right? You might you might feel like you're the best at what you do, but you got to be better, right? Because the average person that is amongst a stranger, right? They're already gonna be looked at as even though they're average to us, they're looked at as great. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're great, then you got to be greater than that, just so that you could show people who you are, just so that you could prove that you have a right to be in some of these spaces, right? No matter what you do, you're a good athlete. Oh, you got to be great, right? Oh, you're intelligent. You got a 4.0. Oh, you better get a 4.5, right? You have to be
Mm-hmm.
great just so you could get that, so you can make ways to open doors, right? You have to do that, right? It's like my brother said, it's an uphill battle. But Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Right? We have that trembling of heart. Every time somebody pulls up behind us, a police officer pulls up behind us, man, we could be, man, your license is good, your registration is good, insurance is good, you didn't do anything wrong, right? But you're still gonna be, oh man, what's going on? I might call somebody on speaker. Hey, I just got pulled over. I just want you to stay on the phone with me just in case anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know nothing's wrong. I know I don't got in the car, but I just want you to be on the phone with me, just in case. Right? We have that trembling of heart and the failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, that stress that comes along with having a battle because we make it look easy, but
Come.
that stress is still building on us, right? And it always has, right? And with that, I yield, brother. It looks like the brother wants to bring up Acts 5 and 29.
Nah, I didn't. I'm not gonna bring it out. I seen him posted, and we all know Acts 5:29, man. We ought to obey God rather than men, right?
Con.
And he brought it up a little while ago when we was touching more on, brothers doing all this thing to be seen of men,
Mm-hmm.
fly just to be seen, right? Rather than obeying the Lord, man, and doing things that's pleasing to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But And again, all this goes back. The whole reason that we deal with all these things, right? Just right now, what we're reading in Deuteronomy 28, we understand that we dealing with this because of our disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We disobeyed the Lord. We divided ourselves. We allowed our oppressors to conquer us through our disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have to do if we want to get out of that? We have to become obedient, right? Come back to seek the Lord out wholeheartedly. Let me get this precept. Zephaniah 2. And it's going to be the last one right here, and then we're going to close out unless my brother got another one he want to pull out. All right, it's Zephaniah 2:1. It says, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day passes the chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you, right? And so that's what when we telling everybody we have to unite, this is part of it, man, right? And we got to gather together. We got to be united, right? We got to come together. O nation not desired. Nobody wants to see us as a nation of people. Nobody wants to see us united. They want us divided. This is why they push. This is why the whole mainstream media, movies, TV, music, it all portrays a certain image, and all that image is division, destruction, poison. That's all they push on us. And what does that do? That takes the minds of our youth, and now they want to follow in this same wicked steps. Hey, but the Lord said, gather together, man, unite. Because they don't want to see us united. Unite. Before he send that decree, man. Right? Before hey, man, I done had enough. Hey, now, hey, before the day of the Lord comes, man. Because we all know that day is soon to come. Hey, so before that day comes, we need to gather together, we need to unite, and we need to hold each other accountable. With that, I yield.
Con, all praises. All right, I'm gonna bring out one more, and then this is Ecclesiastes 4, and I'll start at 11.
Hold on. All right, go ahead. You start at 11?
Yeah, I'm gonna start at 11.
Go ahead.
All right. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? All right. How can one be warm alone? This is why it's important for us to unite, for us not to be divided, right? Because how could we be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, right, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Right. And that's what I really wanted to get into, right? A threefold cord is not easily broken. Right. So if you have a single strand, it's easy to snap it. You have two, it's a little harder. But if you have that threefold, man, if you have that team behind you, if you have your brothers, if you're united, man, nothing can break you. Right. And that's what we have to get back to. We have to stop all this cycle of killing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like the verse my brother brought out, we got to stop that cycle of killing, because in the end, it only hurts us. It's only more destructive, right? So we have to get back to this and remember that we are the same people, right? Our northern kingdom, our southern kingdom, we are the same people. We all go back to Jacob, right? We all are servants of Yahweh, right? Our king is Yahweh Shai, right? We have to be that strong cord that can't be broken. Right, we have to relearn. We have to get rid of those old ways and relearn how to rely and love on each other.
Hey, man, and that if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. Hey, you got one police officer and you see him stomping down on the neck of your brother, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, and instead of pulling out your phone, you get up on him, man. Hey, get up off my brother. What he got to do now? Now he not about to wrestle with 2 people. Now he got to call backup. Okay, now he getting backup for 2, but now it's a 3-fold cord is not quickly broken. Hey, now if the whole community come out, oh, you calling backup? The whole community standing up. Man.
We all here.
We all here. What's up now, man? You're not about to sit here and just abuse one of my brethren. You're not about to sit here. I'm not about to sit here and watch you kill him in the streets, man. We standing up for one another over here, man. Right? And that's love, man. That's love in action, not love in words. Yeah, kind of with that, we're going to get ready and close out. If anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, any smoke, yeah. Hey, smoke, we all welcome to smoke, man. You know, feel free leave a comment, anything like that. Let us know. We'll give it a minute or 2, and if not, we're gonna close out.
Right. Consider not that I labor for myself only, but all those that seek learning. Right. And that doesn't mean that I'm always right. So if you have an exegesis on a scripture that we presented that you might disagree on, or if you have a point, you know, that we may not have talked about, and you think that it's something that our stance opposes, right? This is a good time not only questions, but for you to jump on and to voice your opinion, and we'll allow it. There we go.
And if y'all tuning into this after the fact, feel free to reach out in the comments or reach out via email. And if you want to discuss it, we could set up a discussion. You know, if you're looking for brotherhood, you're looking for a congregation, reach out to us, man. We're in right now. We're in the Dallas, Texas area. We got brothers in IE and Cali. They in Riverside, Moreno Valley, San Bernardino. You know, and you know, most high willing. Eventually, we about to be in Vegas soon too.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah, and this is all in the spirit of love, right? So if you want to get on, right, you may get on, even if you get on upset, right? We're here to edify, we're here to love, right? Because what is the love of God? Right, you look at 1 John 5:3. Right, and we that's what we want to do. We want to embody that, right? Because that's the whole duty of men anyway. That's our whole duty. So we just want to edify, right? So you know, we say smoke, we welcome it, right? But it's in a spirit of love, with edification being the purpose.
That's right. All right. Well, with that, hey, before we get off, stay on for a little bit, Tazi Thun. I'm gonna just end the stream. With that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose real name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? Kwam Yasharahla.
Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I'm a Waf Labu Ball. Kwam Yasharahla.
Kwam Yasharahla. Waf Labu Ball. And this real quick.